Welcome back to the HoloEN clone server, the project that I can't stop thinking about, even when I'm at work and when I'm about to fall asleep. It doesn't leave my mind. I mean, makes sense. It's all I've been doing basically for the last week and a half ish. But I'm just having a lot of fun with it. I'm a person who doesn't have a lot of motivation or ambition but it's really nice to have a project that I'm passionate about and can look forward to. It kind of feels like I'm making tangible progress, and it kind of feels like we hit a tipping point. It's been 2 days since the last update, and for whatever reason, it feels like it's finally feels like it's doable. And that's for two reasons. One is that I got a lot done, or at least some big projects that were kind of daunting, and those were done. And I've been finding it fairly easy to catch up with what's happening on the server, sort of on recent streams. I say that now, but of course, as we speak, Callie is building some sort of carnival on the server, and I'm kind of scared to look at that stream, so I'm not going to look at it yet. Instead, let's look at what I have been doing. There's a piece of granite that you can see in the window there. That is good tidings because it means that Kiara's new house is not only started but finished. Look at that. Looking pretty good. I was surprised. I never really noticed this, but she doesn't have a roof. And when she finishes her house, she says that she's going to build a roof off stream, but she never does. There's no roof. Even like in the latest Minecraft streams, she doesn't have a roof. So this is complete. Not gonna look at that. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, in interior as well, we got all the armor stands. Not sure. In the stream where she built the house, she didn't put anything on this one, but maybe she did later. I haven't checked. We have her bedroom. Going downstairs, we've got this lovely sign, Casa de la Pollo, Torinoie, House de Vogels, Fogels, got German, and Bird Nest. Let's go inside. Got her lovely living room and kitchen. I took the liberty of putting water in her sink, even though she specifically said that she wasn't going to put water in the sink. I just liked it, so I'm going to keep it there. Yeah, so this house is looking pretty good. Oh no, what happened to this carpet? Oh dear, we're gonna have to fix that. Sorry. What happened? Do Endermen steal carpets? What happened here? I'm a little confused about that, because I definitely laid this all down properly like this. Was it like this? We'll have to double check that later. Okay. Open. Alrighty. So this is Kiara's house. It felt like a big project before I started it, but actually it was really not that bad. The vines are kind of haphazard. I tried to follow what she was doing, but not too important. We can also go underneath. This dirt patch was a very nice, anchor point. Also, just the fact that it was close to this house made it really easy to locate where the house should be. What else have we got? I'm trying to remember what I showed off last time and what I didn't. Yeah, so one of the things that happens sometimes that is kind of irritating, but not too irritating, just when you're trying to recreate a server like this and someone says that they built something off stream. It's kind of frustrating, but it's okay because it's not the end of the world. Crony took down this marker in her recent stream, but I'm not going to take it down because otherwise I would find it impossible to find her house. Why? Because it's hidden in this place. I've already shown you the house. But let's see what we've done since the last time. In her last stream, Crony revealed that she built a huge farm under her house off stream, which is here, which I also built. It wasn't too bad. I just had to count how many blocks, and it just became mindless chopping and planting and stuff. So this was, didn't have to pay attention to anything else while I did this. This is relatively easy, but it took a long time. Stop it. Get that out of here. You get out of here too. What are you doing here? So this was this was fun, I guess. And then we have this little water source pool thing. Looking pretty good. You can get our water anytime. Everything else down there is the same. Boom. Boom. Now, let's go look at the most laborious project that has happened so far. Actually, there's another thing we can show before that. Let's do that. Very small thing. But something that did happen that was quite nice. Where it's over here. It's over here, I think. Ignoring that over on the left. Let's take a look down here. I was over here scouting out because I want to build Hachima's heart and little tower thing. So scouting out where to do that. And then I remembered that I also, I remembered that I also have to do Hachima's house. And this was fun. Because it's kind of like a little puzzle, trying to figure out where everything goes. Managed to do it. I don't know about these. I'm assuming that this is all actually filled in. And that too. So, oh, this glass. Don't mind me, just gonna fix this. Nope. There. Yeah, so this is a bit of a sad room because Hachima is no longer on the server. Hopefully she comes back. Please come back, Hachima. But that was completed. One day soon I'll do this little island where she has her heart in her tower. This was kind of funny. Originally there's a lava waterfall coming down this in this pattern from this spot. And so what happened was I took away the lava and I almost immediately replaced it with water because in the server this is a waterfall. Because that's what happened in the server. Someone took out the lava and put water in there, so it falls down in the same pattern. But you can see that there's cobblestone here. And originally I took out the lava and replaced the water like right away, which means that the lava was still disappearing before the water had a chance to come down. So the water came down and turned all the lava to cobblestone. And I thought, oh, I just messed up. I'm gonna have to take away the cobblestone and start over. But in fact, the person, whoever did this in the actual server, did the same thing, because if you go there and look, or go there, if you go to the stream where you can see this and look, this is the same. The water bulges out like this. You can see this cobblestone here. And I'm actually not sure how far up the cobblestone goes, but it goes up fairly high, at least to this block here. So I thought that was pretty funny that my little mistake actually was the way it should have been done. So that was kind of fun. And then this is like, I guess it's the only thing really that haven't shown off yet, I think. But here's Ina's house. Here's Taco Bell. I was dreading this one, and I thought I should get this out of the way now. And I did. It took a long time. The tree itself took probably about 6 hours. The house was not too bad, maybe 3 hours. But the tree was truly laborious, and I'm glad I don't have to do it again. I did copy Ina's log placement one for one. So this tree is pretty nearly an exact replica of the tree in the server. The glowstones are mostly in the right places, but sometimes just randomly placed because I was tired and she was placing them in the dark, so sometimes it was hard to see where she was placing them. But the arrangement and density is about right. This little, she calls this a Takodachi fountain. At some point in her stream, she like places an extra block and the water flows over, and then she takes a block away and the water keeps flowing over. And I know that that's how it is, but can't we just live in this perfect world where this little fountain is perfectly round and not bulging out on one side? Let me just have that for a little bit, at least. So yeah, I've been tracing out the path for the moat. Haven't filled it all in yet, but this is close. I could probably just put that last one in, going in here. I've carved a little bit of this because at one point in the stream, Ina comes down to this point, and at least at that point, when she was building the tree, she hadn't filled out this area with green grass yet. So I haven't done that yet either. Eventually I'll carve this all out and build the shooting range that she built, but not yet. I put a snowman here. It died. I don't know what happened to it. It shouldn't have died. It's under a roof, but this bridge was pretty fun. Not much to say about that, I guess. Let's take a little tour around the house. There's some decorative stuff around the base of the house that I haven't completely filled in. There's more flower boxes here. And yeah, this was nice. So one thing that I've been trying to do when placing a building or an object or something is always having more than one point of reference. Like if I have counted how many blocks away something is from something else, trying to also count from a different direction or using a landmark nearby as well. And that just means that it's like pretty much guaranteed that you're in the right spot. The Taco Bell house was pretty hard. Well, it wasn't too hard, but I was uncertain if I was in the right spot. I knew this path went by this stone block, which these two blocks are also on the ground in the server, as well as this. So I knew this path went right beside this block, and I knew that the doors for the house were in line with this path. But the question was, how far away from this block was this bridge? And I kind of did my best to count. There's these grasses, and it looked like there were 3 grasses in a row here. Please go away, spider. It looked like there were 3 grasses in a row here. So I kind of just assumed that was correct, and I continued just building the bridge. And then once the bridge was built, I mean, it's easy to count with stone bricks like this, so I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then the door. And as it happens, I was able to verify later that I was correct, because it would have been bad if I was 1 block off or something. But there's a point later on when Ina comes back here and digs up this coal. And I was able to count how many blocks from the coal the house was. Oops. Because I was able to count that there were 4 blocks under here, plus the 2 edge blocks, and then 2 blocks here, and then 1 here. So I was able to verify that indeed this was in the right spot, both in this direction and in this direction, because we had that stone in the ground to help us earlier. Wow, these Endermen are just ravaging my work, I swear. So let's go inside. Taco Bell. There's some details that are still not complete in here. Mostly I tried to fill out what I saw. Tried to put some objects on the frames here. And yeah, there's still some stuff. There's still stairs down to the basement that I haven't done yet. The aquarium on the 3rd floor. This isn't filled with water. I probably could. I just probably have to put glass between these 2 layers. I would have to cut away the tree as well here, I think. And let's continue up. Oh wait, there's one more thing down here I want to show off. Or not show off, but talk about. Above this bed, in Ina's house in the server, there's a map. And it sounds really stupid, but I want to make the same map. So at some point, I'm going to make a map and try to recreate the map that Ina has by going in the same directions and sort of trying to trace out the same territory. And then I can put it on the wall. And this will truly be Ina's house then. But that probably won't be happening for a while. This is the top of Ina's house. And this was relatively easy, especially using Mume explored the house recently, and she kind of walked around, so I was able to count out the blocks from that stream, and that was pretty good. Now let's talk about this tree. I hate this tree. I never want to see this tree again. But I'm happy that it's done, and it does look nice. One thing that I was frustrated by was that in Ina's stream, she has shaders on, and the shaders add a little bit of volume to the leaves. So when she looks at it, it looks a lot fuller because every one of these leaf blocks has like half a block around it. So it's got like this fuzzy volume to it. And every time she went down to look at it, I would also go down to look. And on her stream, it would be like this beautiful, lush tree. And on mine, it kind of looked like a balding, withered tree. But eventually it took shape. I think it looks okay now. And this is how it would look to someone in the EN server who also doesn't have shaders. So yeah, this tree took me two nights. Probably 3 hours each night. But I'm so happy that it's done. I was kind of dreading this whole project. And now that that's done, I can go on to other things. So what's next? I was kind of thinking about this earlier today. And this is a really dumb thing to say, but there aren't that many major projects left. Not really. We have Gura's 2 houses, so we have to build a house here, and then build her other house. Where is it? Over here? Or her temple. We have to build Callie's house and Callie's cabin. But both of those should be fairly easy to do, I think. What else? We got PPP, which is another dreading. I don't want to think about PPP, so I'm not going to think about PPP at the moment. What else? We've got Nuko, or as Ame calls him, Nuko, to build. We've got just cleaning up the main part of the base. We've got the archery range behind Ina's house. We've got the nether eventually. We'll eventually do the nether. And we've got the statues. The pixel art and the statues along the Pantsu Express. And I just listed off a bunch of things, but if I do one of those things every day, that's not that much. And then there's just a bunch of cleanup. Like filling in this moat, sort of getting this area right, getting Hachima's stuff, getting the Torii gate up, which is not a very big project, but I'll do it probably soon because it's probably going to be easy. And I mean, I don't want to sound too confident, but it feels like this is why I was saying earlier that this server is feeling like it's a doable project. So now that I've said that, I'm going to run into a whole bunch of roadblocks, I'm sure. But that's it. That's about all there is to show today. even though it's only a couple things with this house, and Crony's underground off-stream nightmare, it was still a lot of work. This was a lot of work. And this was actually not that much work, but mainly Ina's house. I'm so happy that it's done. And Ina's house, now that I have Ina's house, it's going to be a lot easier. You can see I've already started doing this. It's going to be a lot easier to do the rest of this. We can get the wool farms if we just extend these fences out to where they are. The wool farms are over here. I'm, feeling pretty good about that. And yeah, so after tonight, Callie's going to have built some terrifying carnival that I'm going to check out, and that's going to be, another element on my list of big projects to do, but that's just one more big project. And yeah, so once a lot of those big projects are done, I will be posting this somewhere and making it public for people to run around in and enjoy. And at that point, I probably will sort of make it a public server that people can add to. I just want to make it prettied up and finished to my satisfaction before I do that. And that'll maybe 1 or 2 weeks at the most, I think. As long as the ENs don't add too much to the server between now and then, I should feel pretty happy, I think. So yeah, take care. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'm right and it isn't too hard to finish. I never want to do PPP, and I'm ignoring it. So maybe someone else can do PPP. Yeah, maybe we'll post the server and then someone else will do PPP. So until then, bye.